Heat makers, crack music.
If you ain't got the dough, then
What I wanted to do here. So make sure you follow this. Make sure you follow these guys. At Mr. Tibbs, because as more ballots come in, they'll continue to update this, and this is a super fire tool, right? But here's the thing that pisses me off. You see these color coded things here. And Marcos Breton. I mean, this guy is a complete jerk. We're going to go to my tweets in a minute because this guy is, everything wrong, everything I've been ranting about, everything wrong with the way baseball players are chosen for the Hall of Fame is shown in this ballot. First of all, look at this ballot. He voted Carlos Beltran. He voted Carlos Beltran, and it's green. So he didn't vote for Carlos Beltran last year, but he voted for Carlos Beltran this year. I don't know, man. Did I miss it? Did Carlos Beltran, hit 320 this year? Did he smack another 30 home runs this year? I must have missed it. I thought he was in the front office with the Yankees. I must have missed it. I must have missed his numbers getting substantially better, that Mr. Breton can include him in his ballot this year, but he left him off last year. But all right. So he votes Carlos Beltran, who, again, I'm rolling with. I like Carlos Beltran. I think he should be a Hall of Famer. But I thought that last year. I would have voted for him last year. This guy didn't. I don't know why. And then Adrian Beltre. Duh. Right? And then that's it. So he can vote for another 8 people. He can vote for another 8 people. This Marcus Breton. He can vote for another 8 people, but chose not to. Left it at 2. Even more egregious. He added a Carlos Beltran to his ballot this year, even though he left him off last year. And then left off people this year that he voted for last year. They must have had a bad offseason. They must have had a bad season. So Beltran went nuts. Beltran hit 35 home runs, hit 290, had a crazy on base. But Andrew Jones had a terrible year last year. Hit under the Mendoza line, apparently. So he's out. Manny Ramirez was a Hall of Famer last year. Not a Hall of Famer this year. Again, Marcos Breton. This dude. And I'm going to pull up his tweet because he said some foul shit. He's making fun of the fans who are rightly calling him out. And again, he's clout chasing. This is the only time we're ever going to say this piece of shit's name. This is the only time we're ever going to know who he is because he does some fuck shit like this, right? Alex Rodriguez. Voted for him last year. Must not have liked him on MLB with Fox this year. Or must have really not liked the ESPN thing he does with Michael Kay. The K-Rod thing for Sunday Night Baseball. That must have dropped him out of consideration. Loved it last year. This year, you're out. Even though, again, he's got space for another 8 people on his ballot. Remember, you could put 10. He only put 2. Added Beltran after leaving him off, and then now took off Andrew Jones, took off Manny Ramirez, took off Alex Rodriguez, and took off Billy Wagner. Didn't vote for Gary Sheffield. Mind you, Gary Sheffield is in his 10th and final year of eligibility. Didn't vote for Gary Sheffield. So, Mr. Breton, what do you got to say for yourself? Let's go to my bookmarks. Let's go to my bookmarks here. Oh, no. So, rightfully so, he said, hey, he posted his ballot right on. He took a picture of the shit, posted it on Twitter for all to see. He was proud of this shit. He was proud. Only 2 names this year. There was more names last year. Only 2 names this year. It wasn't in his heart. It wasn't in his spirit. It wasn't in his soul to vote for anybody else but Carlos Beltran and Adrian Beltran. And so somebody rightly pointed out and said, hey, big dog, no Gary Sheffield? Then he goes, not surprised by the crying fanboys. Hey, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Not surprised by the crying fanboys when ballots are announced. Sorry to hurt your little feelings. You get no credit for transparency on this platform. No, you get credit for transparency on this platform. It's the other fuck shit you're not getting credit for. It's the other fuck shit you taking heat for. It's the fact that you're inconsistent in your logic. That's what you getting heat for. It's not the fact that you're being transparent, because I started the video saying, hey, shout out to anybody who makes their ballot public. I appreciate that. But this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Again, when you leave people off that you voted for in the past, vote for people that you left off in the past, it's like, bro, what's the logic here? What's the logic here? Some players who didn't get a vote this year could get one next year. Meanwhile, grow up. If they're not good enough this year, how are they good enough next year? Explain that to me, Marcos. Explain it to me like I'm stupid. Explain it to me like I'm a child. Please. If they're not good enough last year or this year, how in the fucking world will they be good enough next year? Unless you are admitting that your criteria is completely arbitrary and you're doing this to fuck with people. It's engagement farming. It's clout chasing. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at my stupidity. And yo, we got to stop making stupid people famous, y'all. We have to. We have to. And then shout out to my man, hey, yo! Curious, why Sheffield doesn't get a vote? No judgment or anything, just curious. Now, I'm judging the fuck out of you because Gary Sheffield should get a vote. But look at what, and this is what's so offensive to me. And again, this is why guys like this are a disgrace to the Baseball Writers Association, are a disgrace to the game I love, are a disgrace to the Hall of Fame, because he says, I could still vote for him next year. That's the beauty of 10 years of eligibility. This year, I felt strongly about 2, voted for 2. He's in his 10th year, asshole! You can't vote for him next year. But you didn't know that. You're a baseball expert, but you didn't know that. Again, imagine you're Gary Sheffield. Imagine you bust your ass from the time you are a toddler through little league, high school, minor leagues. You fight your way through the minor leagues. You fight your way into a club. You fight your way into the starting lineup. You fight your way into a everyday all-star, perennial all-star. You fight, scratch, and claw your way to become one of the greatest offensive players this game has ever seen. And that is who Gary Sheffield was. One of the greatest right-handed hitters this game has ever seen. Amazing. Amazing. He would have hit 1,000 home runs if the left field foul pole was like 10 inches fucking, 10 inches to the left. His bat speed was impeccable. The way he nobody turned on a fastball the way Gary Sheffield did. And this asshole didn't even know that this was his last year of eligibility, and he's keeping him out. For what? Because he put some cream on his knee? Because that's all we got on Gary Sheffield. The fact that he had knee surgery and he used a cream to help heal, to help the stitches heal. We have no evidence of him injecting anything in his ass. No evidence of, doing any of the other, high-tech drugs that some of these other guys are thought to have done. None of that. Smug as a motherfucker. I could still vote for him next year. That's the beauty of 10 years of eligibility. This year, I felt strongly about 2, so I voted for 2. Man, suck my... Not community notes. Not community notes. Fact-checking you bitch ass. Not community notes. Fact-checking your bitch ass. This is Gary Sheffield's final year of eligibility for the Baseball Writers Association of America Hall of Fame election. He will not be on the ballot next year. He will not. But again, these are the people who are voting for the Hall of Fame. Again, so this is a personal thing. Maybe he just gets off on denying people their rightful place. Maybe it's a him thing, right? Maybe he feels like, hey, I don't get the type of love that I should be getting. I don't get the type of love and respect I should be getting. I'm not revered in my craft the way Gary Sheffield's revered in his craft. Let me knock him down a peg. Maybe Gary Sheffield never gave him interviews. I don't know. Because he's never voted for him in the 10 years. Never voted for him. Or at least didn't vote for him last year. According to this over here. Never voted for him last year. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. Look, if you are charged, let me get this tweet off the screen here as I get ready to finish up, man. If you are charged, if you have the honor, because it's an honor and a privilege to be one of the people that vote for the Hall of Fame, you should take that seriously. You should have sound, well thought out rationale for why you vote one way or the other. It should not be, I could just vote for him next year when you can't vote for him next year. You shouldn't be that flippant with your vote. Because somebody worked their entire life for this moment and you're robbing them. Or you're complicit in robbing them. Now, again, I hope Gary Sheffield gets in.